Yo, it's your guy Bancho Sai, back with another priconne video. So today's video is just some like beginner tips and tricks because I've been streaming the game for a bit and I've gotten some information. So first things first, what are you gonna want to reroll for, or what's like a good 3-star, etc, etc. I'm gonna tell you guys 3 tiers right here. So we got the really good tier. These are like the units that are like pretty good. They will help you out very early on in the game. They'll help you out later on in the game. They're just really good. So the good tier units would be Shizuru. She is a good off tank and she also provides buffs. Next would be Makoto, who is the best defense debuffer. This will be useful kind of later on, but she's still a pretty good unit to have. And then the last one is Maho, who is a very good healer. I would highly recommend trying to go for her out of the 3 if you needed like an answer for that. I would highly recommend her. Second, I would recommend Shizuru, and then the third, I would recommend Makoto. Now in the OK tier is pretty much going to be everything else. Monika, Akino, Nozomi, Hatsune, Rino, Saren, and Jira. The only bad if you are a noob units would be Anna, Io, and Ninon. Anna is because she kind of self-destructs, so like if you're trying to like 3-star maps on story mode, which you should be for the gems, she's gonna make it like kind of difficult to do that. Io is more PvP focused, and same with Ninon. So those are okay to have. Don't feel like, oh shit, I have to reroll now. Don't feel like that. I think all the 3-star units are pretty good. Either now or later on, they all do something decent. They all help in some way or capacity. So don't feel like, oh shit, I need to like reroll whatever, because right now is the soft launch of the game. When the actual launch comes out, there is a good chance that they release the best tank for a while, and the name of that unit is Jun Shirogane. I don't know if it'll be like right up on launch. It might be like a week after launch or something, I don't know, but I think it will be on launch. They're gonna release her and she's gonna be a really strong tank unit. So if you're like, oh shit, should I reroll, whatever, I would probably wait till launch. We also don't know what they will do with the server. Will they just make a big server, a big mega server with the Asia area and stuff? Because that's where the game is out right now. Or are they gonna like split the server? You know, we don't know. So I mean, there's a good chance that they just merge it, but you know. There's also something in the game called Princess Festival. This is where they add like they'll add good units, and the rate to get the SSRs is also higher, I believe. So don't worry about pulling. I will say this though, if you want to pull, do it for the dupes, which gives you divine amulets. Divine amulets are these things you can like exchange for shards, so you can like star up your units. This is very good if you want to rank up a unit, like for example Pekarin. I'm a sucker for Pekarin. I want to keep her on my team, so I have to star her up so she, you know, still has that usefulness. Also keep in mind that in future updates, units will be able to access 6-star, which will really change how some units work, and you know, some become like really good later on. Like right now the llama is like kind of like a joke, I guess. I wouldn't say she's like unusable, but later on with 6-star she actually becomes like the best tank in the game, I believe. So it's better, you know, don't worry. I feel like you shouldn't worry about, oh, I need to get a team full of SSRs, because every unit can eventually, you know, all reach 5-star, all reach 6-star eventually. So it's more about how does my team and units work. Also, if you're doing, make sure you're doing story right now is like the most important thing. Make sure you also do your dungeons when that unlocks. Do that every day. Get up to a certain point where you can't beat it anymore. I think that when you unlock it, you should be able to make it to like the boss, but you won't be able to kill it. So then once you kill it, or once you're done, make sure you retreat. That way you can like reset the dungeon for the next day. They'll reset the mobs. That way you can like re-get, you know, rewards. Okay, so eventually you'll unlock PvP. I wouldn't worry too much about this until maybe launch? I don't know. but just do what you can. Unless you're a whale, then you should be like, I don't know, you probably won't be watching. This video is more for like, you know, newer players, people who don't really know anything of the game. I would also highly recommend your focus is first your tank, then your healer, then your DPS. And for team compositions, the main thing you want to try and achieve is 3 DPS, 1 tank, 1 healer. But if your tank keeps dying, you can try going either an off tank with your tank, 2 DPS and a healer, or if you don't have the units or something, you could also try 2 healers, 2 DPS and 1 tank. As long as you know, it might happen to you. You might just like lose you might lose your tank, but try to like progress, right? Don't be too caught up on like, oh, I need to 3-star every level. Just the thing you really should be working on is ranking up your units. You want to try and reach that rank 7 as fast as you can. Now, I don't want to say fast because it's like you shouldn't rush it, but that is your main goal pretty much. Just rank 7. Once you get rank 7, I don't know yet, but yeah, get to rank 7. I might do an extra video like later on once I know more about the game. But right now, this is just kind of like a beginner's info guide, I guess, or whatever. It's like all over the place. I'm really bad at organization, but I'm just trying to throw out info, and you know. So that about wraps it up. Just a quick summary. Don't get too caught up on your 3-star pulls or your don't worry too much about rerolling. If you get Maho, you're good to go. Like legit, I think that's probably the best thing to go for if you want to like really be like in a good setting stone. Having a good healer is always nice. Or you could wait till launch to reroll, because I'm pretty sure that unit will be like super good. If you're like me, who's like very stubborn and wants to keep Pekko in your team, you're gonna have to really work on the stars. So maybe dupes aren't a bad idea to get the divine amulets earlier. You can farm them eventually via story hard mode, but yeah. So don't get too caught up on your rerolls. Always do your dungeon. Progress story mode. Don't worry too much about PvP. Make sure you get your bond levels up and you read the little stories. Unless you're a villain and you skip them. But you do get stat boosts from reading those. So make sure you get those stat boosts. And I think that's about it. So yeah, good luck everyone on your pulls if you're pulling. And if not, I hope you're enjoying Princess Connect. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.